I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. The city is known for being inclusive for all travelers. Cars, bikes, and pedestrians can safely navigate the downtown. And since 2019, there have been some major changes to roadways to create a place for cyclists to ride free. Find out why riding a bike may be a top option for visiting the downtown.
Today we have Bikeapalooza, and this is an event that the DDA has put on to celebrate the progress we have made on the protected bikeway network downtown, and to use this opportunity to talk to the public about safety elements along the bikeway.
The education they're doing today and their experience riding in from town, it seemed like it was a step in the right direction, getting the protected lanes.
We want to support the biking culture, to show people that there are a lot of interested bicyclists in the city and that we're here to support the infrastructure initiatives.
I'm so excited to see so many people here. We have face painting. We have our friends from the Ann Arbor District Library doing homemade buttons. We have David Zinn doing some chalk art, and we have chalk art for the kids. We have a spinner game where you spin a bike wheel and you win a prize. We're giving away bike helmets.
It's just a good way to get people outside and get some exercise.
It's just a great way to get around town. I work for the DDA.
For more on ways to travel to downtown, visit a2dda.org. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with more in exactly 30 seconds. Local creators put their best brushes, torches, and charcoal pencils to work as they share their designs during a biannual event hosted by and for the artist.
For years, the Westside Art Hop has been welcoming art of all kinds to this historic neighborhood.
There's 50 different artists all over the West Side today showing their work.
We want all levels of artists to be able to experience the opportunity to display their work. Because when you're an artist, part of what you enjoy is you enjoy creating. Like I love creating the work I have here, but I also love sharing it.
Individuality was at the forefront as artisans shared their creations.
All my work is figurative. I used to be an occupational therapist, and I just really like people, and I love faces. And so that's my main inspiration. Plus, there's something about working with clay and my hands in the clay that is therapeutic for me.
I've always loved glass. I started doing stained glass 30-some years ago, and glass just called to me.
It's really just things that we sometimes ignore, and then we realize there's so much beauty all around us, and we just take time to look. And so that's my goal, is to remind people to look.
There's no better way to celebrate America's independence than watching bright lights bursting in the air. Before you put on your own fireworks display, there's some pertinent safety information to know. Learn more about fireworks safety in this month's City Roundup in 60.
Hi there, Mike Kennedy, Fire Chief, Ann Arbor Fire Department, here to talk about fireworks safety for the upcoming holiday. Fireworks in the city of Ann Arbor can only be shot off on July 3rd, 4th, and 5th between 8 a.m. and midnight on those 3 days. Fireworks are not allowed to be displayed on city parks, on city right-of-way, or city streets. And you have to have permission from any property owner that you're going to set them off at. You are responsible for any damage or fires that's caused by fireworks, and we always recommend that the safest fireworks are those that you go and see by a professional display at a safe distance. The July 4th holiday is the #1 day of the year for ER visits, and a lot of that is attributable to fireworks. So we hope everyone has a happy and safe July 4th holiday. If you're going to see fireworks, please go to a professional display. Thank you.
The Ann Arbor Art Center is one of the oldest arts institutions in Michigan, and it's evident that the community wants and needs a center for many years to come. A2AC has gone through a lot of changes, and the new improved space on Liberty Street is ready to invite enthusiasts to experience the arts in so many ways. Joining me is Marie Klopf, President and CEO of the Ann Arbor Art Center. Welcome back to the show.
Hi there, thanks for having me.
Talk about this $5 million capital improvement plan and why and how it was started.
Great question. I would say 5 years ago, the Art Center recognized that we had a really great problem to solve. And that was we had over 800 people on a wait list for classes and for events. And so, we embarked on a search to figure out how could we get better. We looked at a lot of different places. And the long story short is the building directly next door to us was available for purchase. So we did a bunch of due diligence. And I knew at that time that getting bigger was not the only answer. As you know, the arts they're fragile in a way that we are very at the whim of economic cycles. So we all suffer at the same time, and we all succeed at the same time. So we put a lot of work into thinking about a business model that would not only sustain us during difficult times, but help us to thrive. And so who knew in the middle of this campaign that we would have that very opportunity to figure that out because we had a pandemic. So anyway, we can talk about that. But so we ended up having the opportunity to purchase a building directly next door. We did, and that launched a capital campaign. And the capital campaign was to pay for the building and then to fully renovate and connect the two buildings. And I'm thrilled to tell you that we are done. We accomplished our goal that we set out to, and we're ready to go.
That's amazing. Talk about the new space. What can people expect to see when they come visit the Ann Arbor Art Center?
Oh my gosh, you have to come by. It's a fully remodeled. It's stunningly beautiful. We brought it into the new era of what art might come to be. We've connected both. So there's an opening between the first floor. So there's the retail space that you always had, but then there's a beautifully opened entrance into a brand new street-facing gallery that will have exhibitions and programs for forever. And it's very welcoming. It's fully accessible building. There's a connection on the second floor as well. But essentially what we did was we doubled our classroom space. And that's classrooms and shareable spaces for collaborations in the community. And we increased our number of galleries. So we have a brand new street-facing gallery. We also have on our second floor of the original building, a spotlight gallery where we'll feature work from students, from instructors. We'll do solo shows, and we have an opportunity to do retrospectives. So we have more than one way to meet the needs of artists in our community and throughout the region.
How do artists, get to show their work in the gallery? Is there a process for that?
There is. You can go onto the website, www.annarborartcenter.org. And in there, you will find ways to apply for all the different galleries that we have. We have a street-facing gallery that faces Ashley. It's a window gallery. You can apply for that. You can apply to sell your work at the Art Center. You can apply for the Spotlight Gallery and the main gallery. And it's different criteria for each of the different ones. And we have a group of people that review those submissions, and the selections are made.
You mentioned the accessibility aspect, but you also had some other things in mind when you were renovating, like energy efficiency, health and safety. Can you talk about those aspects as well?
Yes, we are part of Ann Arbor 2030, which is a goal to reduce a carbon footprint in the city. So we have done we'll do the calculations, and now that the building's done, we'll be able to compare and see how we've helped with that process. So everything that we did was for energy efficiency. Like, for example, we have a lot of beautiful windows out front. We lose a lot of heat there. So we have a combination of electric and boiler heat and it's at the base underneath the windows that will help that heat loss. So there were several things from that perspective. So we have all new HVAC, we have all new electrical in the building, because in many areas we were underpowered for what we were trying to accomplish. So that's been solved. We have new elevator guts. We have new roof. You name it. It's a brand new building. I welcome everybody who hears this or sees this. Please come in and check us out.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to coming in the space and checking it out for myself.
I'll also say, from a safety standpoint, we were very intentional in the design. All of the bathrooms have been renovated. They're fully wheelchair accessible. And everything is touch-free. So the only thing you have to do is open the door. So everything, and that was a really great grant that we wrote, and we're supported by the Michigan Council for Arts and Culture. They changed their name. It's not NCAC anymore. It's MACC, Michigan Arts and Culture Council. Anyway, so they supported that, and that was intentional so that, prevent the spread of germs throughout the building. We also have every classroom and every office that you'll see in the building has a window in it. So there's no space that you can be in this building where you could ever be alone with anybody behind that door. It's fully visible. You can see in. We have fresh air that comes through all the bathrooms and throughout the building. So we're ready for you.
It's amazing, like you said, it's a new building, but it's the same building too. You still know where it is. You still walk by it, So that's also a pretty cool aspect of it.
It is. And it's, we took great care of this 100-plus-year-old building. These are historic buildings, both of them. They were built 7 years apart. And so we were very careful in the renovation to not lose the charm of this beautiful old building.
Did you find it hard to get the funding for the capital improvement? Because that's a lot of money that you needed, but also, like you mentioned, the arts there was a need for it.
Right. It's interesting. Arts and culture is a unique, I think that's really what makes Ann Arbor and this, this county and everything really special are the arts and culture that are available downtown. And to that extent, when we started to raise money for this and people really got behind the vision of what we were trying to do and why, and the fact that we were building towards sustainability, I think that got people really excited. People that typically weren't very engaged with the Art Center understood the importance of art and culture and understood what we were trying to accomplish. So I have to say they were great. They came in droves and we were thrilled to have their support. So, and the Michigan, I'm not going to say it again. The state of Michigan was also extremely supportive of this and have done several grants to help us with infrastructure. So
that's amazing. Rumor has it that you're going through a rebranding with the renovation as well.
We are. So we will now become the A2AC. And so that'll have a much stronger regional appeal for the Art Center and also maybe, ideally even a national draw. So, and also the exchange of AnnArborArtCenter.org at some point in the near future will be A2AC.org. And for all of you that have to type that exchange, I'm sure that will be a welcome change.
Are we going to see the signage change outside? Has it already?
It has. Most of it's changed. Now, in the existing building at the front, it says Ann Arbor Art Center across the top, and that's kind of iconic. So that will stay, but the gallery next door, it says A2AC Gallery, and all of the internal signage is A2AC now.
Well, why don't you tell us what's currently happening? You have some classes for youth and adults. Talk about what people, and is there a wait list still, or are you sort of able to accommodate more people now?
So one of the biggest draws at the Art Center is the ceramics programming, right? And we've always only had one ceramics studio. And in the summertime, we have, as you know, 10-week-long summer youth camps. And so adults weren't really able to do ceramics. So I have been hearing, tugging at my ear for 10 years, we need a space to do, we want to do ceramics in the summer as well. So now we have 2 fully equipped ceramic studios. So the adults are welcome here this summer to take classes. So we're actively programming that additional space. And the other spaces are being programmed as well. So check out the website. All of the summer classes are up. We have a lot of interesting workshops, and we try to do something for everybody. So we'll have, 8-week intensive, 4 weeks, 8-week classes, 4-week classes, weekend intensive. So there really is something for just about everybody. And I think we may have put a pause on the online classes for the summer. We may have 1 or 2, but that is something that will stay with us as well going forward.
Well, that really makes it open for everyone too. Like you said, it's
It
about
does.
the entire country in a way, if you can do
Right.
online classes, you're inviting anybody.
Right. And we want to make sure that art is accessible by all.
You mentioned there's like a lot more gallery. Do you have certain artists there right now that people can come check out in the many available gallery spaces?
We have a great show in the brand new gallery, the street facing gallery, the large one called Sharing Space. So check out, there's a lot of press coming up. We're going to have some artist spotlights on the website for that show. It's a fascinating show. I would do it a disservice if I tried to give you a short version of what it is. So please come and check it out. It's a beautiful show. It's a beautiful space. Come on in. And we are doing a solo show up on the second floor. I'm not going to tell you about that one either. You got to come and check it out. But her work is beautiful. She's been with the Art Center for some time. And I don't know who's in the window gallery next door or facing Ashley. I actually don't know. I should know that. But yeah, I'm just going to say, please come down, check out all the galleries, check out the spaces. The new spaces we're welcoming. We have signs up in the spaces kind of giving you an idea of what was there and what has changed. So now's a great time to do a tour of this. And then also go check out all the murals that are all over downtown. That program is going to continue as well.
I love walking around downtown and seeing the different murals. I just think it makes the downtown so much brighter, honestly.
Thank you. That program has taken off in a way that I think we were all thrilled and surprised by. So it was a great project to do, especially during the pandemic, because it was a way for families to get outside together. They were socially distanced. They could stay in their pods. And it was also a wonderful opportunity to see that during a really, I'll say, a dark time, beautiful things were happening. And so we were able to employ artists. We paid them, a living wage for those murals. And so the appetite for Ann Arbor for more art is there. So we get calls anytime there are new buildings going up downtown now. They want to put art on it. So art is now integral and to this community in a really big way.
It's really amazing how you support artists, because you always hear about starving artists and stuff, but there's really a place in Ann Arbor where they can make a living and really have their passion be shown to the world.
Yes, and I think that having more spaces, more collaborative spaces, having more opportunities for artists to show their work, I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg of what we're really going to be able to do to support artists in this community and in the region as well.
So if you want to check out the gallery shows, you can just stop by during your hours of operation, but classes, do you always need to register in advance? Can you go there to register? How does that work?
You can come in and register, but I would say that your best bet, because shockingly, we launched summer camps in February, and then at 6 a.m. and 6 minutes in, there were classes that were already full, 6 minutes in. So we were fully prescribed within a week. And so I would say the classes go quickly. So keep an eye on the website, and we make announcements, join the mailing list, and we give you kind of a heads up of when things are happening, when terms are going to launch. And you can, we have a great website, so you can see at any time what's available. That's the best way. But you could also come in and register.
Any upcoming events you wanted to tell us about?
We are just launching our summer youth camp program. So week 1 starts toward the end of June. Everybody in this building is frantically and actively working on preparing to bring all the little ones into the building. And we're excited because it's been a while, just like everybody else, to really have a fully prescribed program that we can offer people. I would say parents are enthusiastic about having great things for their kids to do. And we're still maintaining a level of safety. So our COVID policies are on the website if anybody has any questions. But we will do, last summer we had a smaller version of camp, and everyone was safe and we had no outbreaks. So we do a really careful job in this building of taking care of our little people. Everybody, all ages.
Yeah. Do you have any hopes for the future of A2AC?
I have had my head down and feet moving for 5 years. I mean, this was a very intense and lengthy process to do this. And so we really launched the building mid-May at our annual gala event. And it was funny, I said at the event, that's it, tomorrow we're all going to sit with our feet up on the desk and that's it. No one's working, we're going to be drinking coffee. And, I think that we had a tiny pause in the middle there, and now we're ramping back up pretty significantly. So my hopes and dreams are that this creative community embraces this new A2AC. And I don't think we even have a clue what our potential is. So it's what we've always done, plus a lot more. And I'm also curious to see what happens. We have a really talented team of professionals that work here at the Art Center. And trust me, they are actively thinking about what that's going to be. So I would just say stay tuned.
Out of curiosity, what's your favorite part of the newly renovated space? Do you have a favorite aspect?
Yes, the fact that everybody has a nice, comfortable space to work, because I don't know, for all of you who have been in this art center, some of us worked in broom closets. There was no exchange of air in there. All of the rooms are zoned now so that they can be comfortable for everybody. And I said this at the gala, I have never, this team at the Art Center, they put up with so much and they complained so little, and they worked so hard to make this dream a reality. Just seeing their faces in a space that's beautiful for them as well just makes my heart happy, because they deserve it.
It's absolutely amazing.
That's my favorite thing about the whole thing, is their spaces.
Yeah. Well, before we go, why don't you just talk about how the arts improve people's quality of life and why people should take advantage of the new improved A2AC?
You know, I would tell you that art is different for different people, and certainly different for different stages of their life. And I've said this before, if you came in and looked at if you observed a youth art class, what you would see was lots of socialization and giggling, and there are no rules, and everybody's having fun. And so it engages their creative minds, it socializes them, it's fun. So that's one. If you came into a teen class, you would see very serious. I mean, they're there to accomplish something. They have a skill set they're trying to develop, and they're very serious about what they're doing, and it's for them. Then if you come into a senior class, they're like the children. They have nothing to prove. This is something that they do for themselves every day, and it's about socialization and having a good time. So I would say that there is an art class for everyone. And whatever you want, this is a time for you. It's just yours, and it's all about you, and you can get lost in it. You can have your Zen moment, and you can have a good time and meet new friends.
It's really a beautiful thing to have that creative outlet. I don't think people realize how much they need it until they have it too.
And it never ceases to amaze me, the people that take classes, people you would never expect, engineers, developers, construction workers, nurses, you name it, and they are here taking classes. Everybody has a creative side, and I'm just honored that they will come here to do that. So.
Well, thank you so much, Marie, for taking the time.
Thank you for inquiring, and I hope to see you at the Art Center. I'd love to give you a tour.
For more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to see all that we have to offer. And remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.